Hello, welcome to informatics. I am so glad that you guys have come to our RN to BSN program, and I hope that you're going to really enjoy healthcare informatics. So my name is Dr. Connie Rose, and I will be your professor for this semester. And in this video, I want to cover some of the course documents that would be important for you to know about for the semester. So let's go ahead and look at some of those. So when you sign on to the computer, you're going to go to start here. So when you open the screen, this is the screen that it's going to open on. And this is where you find a lot of your course documents. So there's a welcome, tells a little bit about myself, and there's a picture of me with my husband, Doug. There's my contact information. We do request that you set up appointments through Starfish, and you would do that by clicking on your any week, looking up at the top of the screen, and you'll see Starfish. And then you can go in and choose office hours that you would like to have with me. So that can be either phone calls, that can be in person, that can be a Zoom meeting. So it's up to you. You can choose. And I just wanted you to know how to do that. So the first thing we have is our syllabus, and let's go ahead and take a look at it. From being in the nursing program, you've all had syllabi to look at, so it's pretty much the same with the course description. It tells my phone number and what my office number is, and then it goes through the course learning outcomes and the program student learning outcomes, which are all things that we need for the when you for accreditation. All right, and so we're going to go ahead and go down here. Your required text for this semester is McGonagall. It's the newest edition, 2025, and most of you probably will just want the e-book because unless you're really interested in informatics and want to go further, this book that we're using actually goes up through the doctoral program. But so we're just going to take bits and pieces out of the book that would be appropriate for what we're going to be talking about in our class. So you see the additional requirements. You need to have completed an accredited ADM program, and you're all admitted into the RN to BSN. So as far as mandatory assignments, there are some assignments this semester that are mandatory. Those will be listed on the syllabus here, but also on your course calendar. You will be able to tell which ones are mandatory. What does that mean? That just means that you need to complete those assignments to be able to pass the course. If you do not complete those assignments, you would get it incomplete, and then you would be unable to move on until those assignments are complete. All right, here's our grading scale. We never round, so even if you had a 80.9, you're still going to have a C. All right, so you do need to have a C in the course to be able to pass. So that means you need to have a 75% or above. So we go on down here and we have groups of assignments. So you have a group of quizzes, online quizzes that you need to take. And this is telling you that by taking all of those quizzes, that is worth 25% of your course grade. Then you have your discussion board participation points. Those are worth 15% of your course grade. Your written and reflections and your assignments are the bulk of this course. So those are worth 40% of your grade. And finally, you have 2 group projects. And you have one for the workflow information we're going to be covering. And the other is the end, the final project, which sort of ties everything together that we're going to over this semester. So this is where I told you the mandatory assignments are listed. So this first week, you need to do a self-assessment for the basic computer skills and informatics skills. And you're going to do that at the beginning and the end of the semester. And both of those are required. As far as other assignments, there's analysis of patient outcomes, your workflow diagram and reflection, which is the group project, your telehealth recording and reflection, and then the final group project. So again, these need to be completed so that you don't get it incomplete in the course. We are going to use APA format for a lot of the papers that you're going to be writing. So it's important that you become familiar with that. Artificial intelligence, we will be using that. And I really encourage you to get familiar with ChatGPT. And I will put some information on Blackboard so that you will be able to sign up for a free subscription of ChatGPT so that you are able to use it throughout the semester and throughout the nursing program. You do need to check with your instructors first. It should be on their syllabi as far as how they feel about you using artificial intelligence. But with the information or the informatics course, I really want you to become familiar with how to use that. Okay. So you have your etiquette statement. Even though it's online, we need to be very respectful of each other. All right. As far as our testing procedure, we have different student handbooks and our nursing catalog, our health and public safety handbook. So those are things that you're going to look at if you have specific questions that are not covered in the syllabus. We really want you to focus on the code of conduct, plagiarism. Now, the testing policy, we only have quizzes. We aren't really having, big tests in this. A lot of weeks, you just have like a 10-point quiz. All right. These are services that are available to you. So go ahead and look through all of those. And then the syllabus ends up with the abbreviated content outline. So if you want to get just a good overall view of the course, you're going to go ahead and look at this abbreviated outline, and it has all together what we will be covering in this course. All right. So something else that I wanted to look at is if you go down here, you'll see there's a course calendar. All right. And the course calendar looks like this. So it will go through each week, the lecture content on the left and the assignments on the right, and it will tell when the assignments are due. All right. So you can just go through here and look at these, and that will tell you what you're doing each week and what needs to be turned in. All right. So that is the course calendar. Again, all of this is under Start Here. And then the last thing I want to look at is the points blueprint. Now, the points blueprint is going to, again, list the content area, and then it's going to list what assignments are due and how many points they're worth. So you can see the first week here with course orientation and intro to healthcare informatics that this quiz is only worth 5 points. And your written reflections, each of those are worth 3 points. So you do 2 of them, so you get 6 points. You're going to compare hospitals, and that's 5 points. And introduction to Word is 7 points. That's where you're going to write a brief Word document practicing APA format and just saying why you wanted to be in the RN to BSN program and what you hope to learn from informatics. All right. So you're going to go through and look at these all the way for each topic. You're going to see what you need to do and how many points those are worth. Now, if you go down to the bottom here, you'll see that our online quizzes are due on Mondays by midnight, okay? You only get one attempt. If it's late, it's a 0, so please get those done before the deadline. All right, the discussion boards are where you need to provide a post, an initial post by Thursday at midnight. And then you need to respond to 2 of your peers' posts by Monday at midnight. All right. So there's rubrics for each of these assignments. So make sure you look at the rubric and to let you know what to do to get the full amount of points. All right, written assignments or reflections are due Monday at midnight. Again, late assignments, you get 0 points. So please plan ahead and get these done. As far as mandatory assignments, those are the ones that have 4 stars listed next to them. So if you look back up here, you'll see the 4 stars here for the self-assessments, the analysis of patient outcomes, the telehealth assignments, the workflow diagram, the self-assessments down here, and then your group course projects. So those are the mandatory assignments that you need to complete to be able to get a grade in the course and not get it incomplete. All right, so let's go ahead and go back here, and it tells you how to navigate the course. So all of these tabs up here on the left, that is what I'm discussing down here under navigating the course. So you're on start here, but any announcements that I need to make to students, I will do that. And announcements are up at the tab that says announcements. All right. So you go down here and it talks about the weekly module folders, and I'll open that up so you can see the discussion board, online calendar, and my grades, where you can always see what your grade is currently in the course. All right, so let's go ahead and look at some of these. So as far as the weekly folders, if you open those up, you'll see that you have the end of program student learning outcomes, which were also listed on your syllabus, course learning outcomes for informatics, and then each week it has a folder. It will tell you a little bit of what is going to happen that week, and then it will tell you what outcomes we hope that you meet by the end of each week. All right, so this is, you can look at that before you open the folder, but then when you go in and open the folder, you'll see that each week is set up alike. So at first you're going to have a to-do checklist, and then you're going to have your weekly instruction video where I go over what to do for assignments that week. The PowerPoints and topic outlines, you are going to be going through yourself, as well as the readings, okay? I want to just make sure you understand the assignments where you're going to apply the information that you've learned. So again, here's a self-reflection checklist. Now, this isn't listed as far as points because it's not worth any points, but it's something that you do need to complete before starting the course. So you'll see each week that there's PowerPoints. I have 3 different ways that you can open up PowerPoints. There's the handout, and the handout actually has notes next to it in case you want to use, take some notes on any of the slides. The second one is note pages. Now, when I say look at the one with note pages, it's because they have some information below the slides that I want you to be able to read. Now, a lot of the slides don't have any notes, but some of them do. So I wanted to make sure you knew where to find those. All right. And then the last one are just the slides. So if you want a big, slide to look at, you just go through and of course, they're very large, so they're very easy to read. All right. So then you have your assignments listed below that. There's some videos. If I feel that you need some additional information, I'll post some videos that you can watch to help you learn more about what assignments are for that week. Now, this video, which I will go over in week 1, is about Microsoft Word. So I know that you have varying levels of comfort with the different Microsoft applications. So if you need a little bit of a review on Word, I put a video here. Now, how do you access your rubrics? Well, whenever you go to where you're going to turn your rubric in or turn your assignment in, there's going to be a rubric. Now, of course, for the surveys, there's not a rubric, and for quizzes, those are just straight points. But it says upload basic Word document here. So let's open that up, and you'll see over here, view rubric. Okay, it tells you how many points the assignment's worth, and then view the rubric. So I can't open this in this Zoom video because you won't see anything, but you can. I just wanted to make sure that you know where to find the rubrics. All right, so again, you go where you're going to turn the assignment in and click on that. And how do you know it's where you turn the assignment in? Because it has like this piece of paper with a pencil. All right, so that shows that that's where you're going to turn things in. All right, the other thing I wanted to tell you before we're done here is the discussion board. All right, there's 2 ways to access the discussion board. You can either go up here on the side tab that says discussion board, and I will open that up. And you'll see here that this is where you can introduce yourself. It's not required, but we would like for you to get to know each other if possible. I know it's harder online, but that would be where you introduce yourself if you'd like to. Any course questions, you can go ahead and place on here. Now, of course, if you want something answered very quickly, it's best just to text me, call me, or send me an email. All right. But other students can see the questions here too, and they can either add questions, or if someone knows the answer to the question that is on here, they can answer it. Okay. There's the course lounge, just where you can talk out and or hang out and talk to each other. And then it starts with our assignments. So we have a discussion board on week 3, on week 6, on week 8, and week 12. All right. So you can either come here and access it and click on it. And when you click on it, you have to create a thread. All right. So that's how you're going to do that. So if we go back here, and I'm going to go back into my weekly modules, let's go down to week 3, just so you can see the other way to access a discussion board. So again, it's set up the same way to do checklists, the topic outline, the PowerPoints, your assignments, any videos you might need. And then down here it says create week 3 discussion board. All right. So if you go ahead and click on that, it's going to take you straight to the thread, create a thread. All right. And then when you open that up, it's going to then give you what you need to do, and then give you a spot where you can answer the discussion board. So you can access it either way. It really doesn't matter. Whichever you're more comfortable with is fine. And let's see here if there's anything else we need to go over in this introduction video. So let's see, my grades, that's where you're going to go ahead and access those. This online calendar I did want to bring to your attention. So if we open the online calendar, you can actually set what assignments that you would like to see on there. So this is coming up here for this calendar. I only have it set up for you to see your assignments for informatics, but you can actually set up all assignments that have a due date on this calendar to help you. So if we were going to go over to, I think September is when you first have things due. You'll see that they all show up here. All right. So each week it's going to tell you what you're going to be submitting to Blackboard. So for me, the only thing that's not listed on here is your initial post for your discussion board. Your initial posts are due on Thursday at midnight, but I can't have something due twice. So your initial post is due Thursday. Your response to your two peers are due by Monday at midnight. So it looks like from this calendar, all of our assignments are due on Monday, which is true for everything except for the initial discussion board post. And something I wanted to let you know also is that you cannot see anyone else's posts until you complete your initial post. Then when you submit that to Blackboard, then you'll be able to see your peers' posts. All right. All right. Is there anything else? You can feel free to look at any of these tabs as you want. And you see here my calendar, I have like all kinds of things listed here way back from 2015 and 16 from when I taught different things. So all right, well, I think that is all for your orientation. So hopefully if that will be sufficient to answer your questions. If not, remember, I'm always available to answer your questions via text, via phone call, or an appointment online or email. So any of those ways to get in touch with me are just fine. And so I hope that you get a lot out of this semester. And again, if you have problems, please don't be afraid to ask. So I will be seeing you in videos throughout the semester. All right, so bye for now.